for the Las Vegas Outlaws. Again, as I said earlier, the Kiss will be looking to get their first win of the season against the Las Vegas Outlaws as they are 0-2 against them. Little comes out of the backfield. He breaks the tackle, and he could be going. Another one. It's a foot race to the end zone, and he is tackled out of bounds at about the 16, 17-yard line. What a return for Ray Little. We look back to the first matchup between these two, and Ray Little actually sparked the Las Vegas Outlaws. They were down 3-0 in that game in the first quarter, and Ray Little took it back for a touchdown, and he tried his best to replicate that, but he fell about 17 yards short. So, starting for the game, at quarterback for the Outlaws is J.J. Radernick, a former L.A. Kiss quarterback himself. As he drops back to pass, the first pass is caught at what is marked at the 9-yard line. That's to Jason Willis. I'm sorry, that's Tyson Poots, the wide receiver. His first catch of the ball game. So it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Outlaws, looking to strike fast. I said the first matchup between these two was 61-48 in favor of the Outlaws. The second game, not so close. The Outlaws won 49-16. So on 2nd down, it is thrown way out of bounds by Radernick, incomplete. As I was saying, the second matchup between these two in Las Vegas, the Outlaws took it to L.A. That game started off with Los Angeles leading 10-7. And it kind of just got away from them from there. They couldn't score in the second half. They scored all 16 points in the first half, but gave up 49. So 3rd down and short at the 9-yard line. Radernick back to pass. He's looking over the middle. Looks over to the outside, and it is through the hands of Jason Willis, and that falls incomplete. So early on in the ball game, 13 minutes remaining in the first quarter, we're scoreless, and already we have the first 4th down of the ball game. Radernick comes in, looking to dial in the money play. The LA Kiss were great last week in their game against the Spokane Shock. They had 4 total goal line stands. And the quarterback is dropped back to pass, and will he get the first down? He's marked. It looks like a yard short. Turnover on downs for Las Vegas. That'll give the Kiss the ball game. The LA Kiss are coming off a big win against the Spokane Shock last week. Because of that win, they are still within 2 games of a playoff spot. The Los Angeles Kiss, the key to their win last week against the Shock was their defense. Their defense held the Shock to 28 points, all in the second half. So, Southwick, back to quarterback for the Kiss. It is a screen pass to Morgan. He looks to make a move, and he is out of bounds after about a gain of 6. That's the captain, Donovan Morgan, really the spark plug for this team. He leads the team with touchdowns at 35. So 2nd down and 4 at the 14-yard line. Southwick motions Morgan to the left. He drops back to pass. He's looking over the middle. That's caught once again by Morgan. And he's a little upset that he went down. He felt like he could have broke a couple, but that doesn't matter. It is 1st down for the LA Kiss. It is essential for both these teams to get on the board. Both teams struggle on offense. I mentioned earlier the LA Kiss are the worst offense in the AFL, only averaging 40 points a game. The Outlaws not that far ahead, averaging 46 points a game. They are in 10th out of 12 teams in the AFL. Southwick looking over the middle. He's looking for Morgan, who was wide open, but it sails out of bounds, incomplete. Unfortunate for Southwick, Morgan had all the room in the world as a DB in the backfield was turned around. Morgan was wide open, couldn't locate the ball. Southwick sailed it over, and it's really hard as I've mentioned before, those end zones are rounded, so you really don't have as much real estate as you do in the outdoor game. Second down and 10. Southwick looking over the middle. That's a quick pass. Incomplete to Sampson. That's knocked out of his hands by the DV, Tanner Varner. Great play by him as the ball was exposed, and he was able to knock it out of Sampson's hands. DeMarco Sampson had a great game last week as he turned in a touchdown for the LA Kiss, and he really had his high as he caught 4 passes. The last time they played against the Outlaws, Sampson had 7 catches in the ball game, so he looks to replicate that. A quick pass to the outside on third down to about the 15-yard line. That's to Tom Gilson. As we have a 4th down coming again, this time for the LA Kiss. 9:38 remaining in the first quarter. We are scoreless. Southwick coming in. Donovan Morgan will be motioning on the left. 3 receivers to the left. Southwick drops back to pass over the middle. That's caught by Morgan for the first down. The captain, Donovan Morgan, already 3 receptions on this drive. This one puts the LA Kiss in a goal situation. First down and goal at the 6. Southwick looking to capitalize. Last week in the first half, he had 4 touchdown passes. He drops back to pass on first down, looking over the middle. That's to Morgan. A lot of contact, and we have a flag on the field. That'll probably be on the defense. Eddie Moten, is on the coverage, and that will be pass interference on the defense. That'll move it half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down. So it will be first down and goal at the 3-yard line for the LA Kiss, looking to get on the board first. 8:40 remaining in the first quarter. That's Miles Mason in the backfield at running back as he catches it, and he makes a nice move up the middle. He battles through to the end zone. Touchdown, LA Kiss. Miles Mason, listed as an offensive lineman. He is a big man as he makes a surprising move in the backfield, runs forward, battles for the 3 yards, touchdown, LA Kiss. You might remember last week, Miles Mason had a 20-yard touchdown run. This time, he gets in from the 3-yard line. The LA Kiss lineup for the extra point, and that is up and good. So we have 7:46 remaining in the first quarter. The LA Kiss are on the board first, leading the Outlaws 7-0. You're listening live on ESPN. Against the Kiss this season. The kick is up off the netting. Ray Little, he gets it. He makes a couple of moves, but this time he is stopped at about the 4-yard line. Great kickoff coverage by the LA Kiss. Los Angeles not really known for their first half starts. The first quarter, they only averaged 7 points. But last week, they scored 28 points in the first half. Very uncharacteristic for them. And tonight they have started off hot as well. Already up 7-0 with 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. So Radernick comes and leads the offense for the Outlaws. They turned over on downs on their first drive of the ball game. Radernick looks over the left side, and that ball falls incomplete. That pass intended for Jason Willis. Radernick on the season has 31 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, a 90.18 rating. Not tops towards the league, but in general is a good QB rating. He has 992 yards passing to their number 1 target. That's number 15, Jomo Wilson. Radernick looking back, and this time he targets Wilson. Great coverage, and that falls incomplete. There's a flag on the play. That coverage was by Scott Lauren. Great coverage by him. We'll see what the flag is. It'll be pass interference on Wilson. The LA Kiss declined that penalty, so it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Outlaws. Great coverage. Their number 1 receiver is no scrub. 992 yards receiving and 21 touchdowns for Wilson. But Scott Lauren was on him like white on rice, which caused Wilson to try to push off of him, which led to the offensive pass interference call. So 3rd down and 10 for the Outlaws. Tyson Potts in motion, and he looks over the middle, and there is nobody home. Incomplete. There is a flag on the play in the backfield. Outlaw players are pleading for a pass interference. They're not going to get that. But it will be a legal formation on the defense. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. First penalty of the ball game. That'll be against the LA Kiss. 3rd down and 5 now. After great defense by the LA Kiss so far in this ball game, they already have a turnover on downs on the first drive. The Outlaws will have Wilson back in motion on the right side with 2 receivers to the left. Radernick drops back, and that is incomplete. Drop by Wilson. So it is 4th down once again. Already the Outlaws are 0-1 on 4th down conversions. If they don't get this one, they leave the Kiss in great position to score once again. We have a score of 7-0 in favor of the Kiss. 4:50 remaining in the first quarter. It is 4th down and 5 for the Outlaws. Radernick drops back, looks over the sideline. A catch by Wilson. He breaks the tackle. He looks and he gets all the way down to the 4-yard line. What a catch by the go-to guy, Wilson, for the Outlaws, but he finds himself down on the play. A dangerous tackle by the LA Kiss when you pull back from the collar. And we'll take a break here with 4:18 remaining in the first quarter. The LA Kiss are up on the Las Vegas Outlaws points. That's a team that averages 48 points this season. This is a 3rd worst offense in the Outlaws. So you would think that the LA Kiss riding some momentum would be able to hold them lower as well. So on 1st down and 10, the LA Kiss jump off sides. So it'll be 1st down and 5. The LA Kiss have plagued themselves with injuries on defense early in the season. That is what led to their 0-9 start in the first half. The difference with the second half of the season, the LA Kiss don't have as many penalties, and their defense has stepped up. So 1st down and 5. Radernick back to pass. That's a screen pass in the back. That's to the tight end, who was shoved out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. The tight end, Terrence Campbell, rumbles for about 4 yards, but there is a flag on the play. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty against the Outlaws, illegal hands to the face. That'll hurt them, so instead of 2nd down and about 1, it goes back to 1st and 15. That'll be at the Outlaws' 19-yard line. So Radernick has started every game this season for Las Vegas as we have a timeout. So the LA Kiss leads 7-0 against the Las Vegas Outlaws, 3:17 remaining in the first quarter. You're watching us live on ESPN. And they don't have an easy road ahead of them as they will go to Arizona next week to take on the defending champions. After that, they'll play against Tampa Bay, who is 6-8 in the American Conference, and they will end the season against the best team in the league in the San Jose SaberCats. First down and 15, Radernick back to pass. A great throw over the middle is complete to about the 15-yard line. That's Tyson Poots with the catch. So although they were pushed back because of penalty, they were able to convert for the first down. So first down and 15 for the Outlaws. For LA Kiss fans, if Radernick seems familiar, it was because he was the quarterback for the LA Kiss last season. That team won 3 games last season. LA thought they had a big pickup in McPherson at quarterback this season, but he went down about week 7 with an injury. Penalty on the field. It'll be offsides once again against the LA Kiss. As I said earlier in the quarter, this was a huge problem for the LA Kiss for their defense. The first half of the season, they were 0-9, mainly due to penalties on their defense that gave easy scores to the offense. So now, it'll be first down and goal at the 10-yard line for the Las Vegas Outlaws. Looking to get on the board, they find themselves trailing the LA Kiss 7-0. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Radernick drops back to pass. He is swallowed up. Sack by the LA Kiss. That was led by nose guard Daryl Cato Bishop. Wow, what a hit by him. He was also joined by Nikos Brown in the backfield as Radernick goes down for a loss of 6. And that's something that the LA Kiss defense needed. They only find themselves in last place when it comes to sacks on the season for their team defense. So getting negative yards for them is huge. Second down and 16. Radernick passes to the flats, and that is complete to Jason Willis. He is tackled down after a gain of about 8 to the 8-yard line. Third down and goal at the 8. The LA Kiss did a great job last week of fourth down goal line stands as they kept the Spokane Shock out of the end zone 4 times. Can they do that this week against the Outlaws? It is third down and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Radernick drops back to pass as he gets a quick out. Great tackle by the LA Kiss as that is stopped for a gain of about 4. Tyson Poots with the catch. Tackle by Teron Benton. So as I mentioned, the LA Kiss defense did great last week. 4 goal line stops for the LA Kiss defense. The Outlaws down 7-0, and we are running to 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Will the quarterback hurry it up? And that is the end of the first quarter. He'll take his chances into the second quarter. So at the J.J. Radernick, quarterbacking for the Outlaws, was 5 for 10, 51 yards. No touchdowns as the Outlaws haven't scored yet. Tyson Poots has been his favorite target, number 19, 28 yards receiving on 3 catches. So we tune in, fourth down and goal. Radernick drops back. It's a fake to the outside, and that is incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. That looks like pass interference on the defense. Josh Victorian will be called for defensive pass interference. Josh Victorian played brilliantly last week as he got an interception. Known for his aggressive play, this time it gets him in trouble. So instead of a fourth and goal stand, it'll be first down and goal from the 2-yard line. A fresh set of downs for the Outlaws, and Ratterink will get 4 more chances to punch it into the end zone. The Outlaws in running formation. It's a pitch to the outside, almost fumbled, and he's stopped for a loss of 2. That's Tyson Poots on the pitch, and he couldn't get a good handle. So instead of making moves into the end zone, he was trying to recover the ball, and he got hit in the backfield. Loss of 2, so it'll be second down and goal from the 4-yard line. The Outlaws have been up and down on offense so far in this first half. 13:47 remaining in the second quarter. Ratterink back to pass. He's looking. He's got plenty of time. He drills it to the outside through Victorian's hands, and it is caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas Outlaws. That is a catch by Jason Willis on the outside. It looked at first as Josh Victorian was going to get another huge interception. Instead, it goes through his hands, and it is caught by the Outlaws. Josh Victorian is an expert when it comes to a nose for the football. He always tries to get his hands on it. The kick is up and good. Extra point, good for the Outlaws. So with 12:55 remaining in the Lacayo, back to receive for the Kiss is Lawrence Scott. Lawrence Scott, the speed demon back there. Always dangerous. Very shifty and fast. As Lacayo kicks it off, that looks like it'll be off the netting. A very bad bounce for Lauren as he will be in the backfield, and it will go for a touchback as he could not get out of the end zone. Great coverage by the Las Vegas Outlaws. So because of the touchback, the LA Kiss will start off of the leader at 37. So Southwick leads the troops to the first drive of the second quarter. Donovan Morgan motioning to the right. He drops back, eludes the pressure, throws it a little loop over the outside. It is incomplete, but it looks like the penalty will be called against the defense as Sampson was being held. So that'll be called on DB Ray Little. So it'll be 10 yards, I'm sorry, and an automatic first down. So it'll be first down and 10 at the LA Kiss 13-yard line. 12:09 remaining in the second quarter. Southwick motioning Captain Donovan Morgan to the right as he looks over the middle, has to elude some pressure, and a pass to the outside that is dropped, incomplete to Tyrone Gord. Tyrone Gord was key in the last game as he actually made an ESPN top play at number 5 last week as he made a huge catch that dropped him out of bounds. One of the 4 first half touchdowns for the LA Kiss last week. There was a penalty on the play. It'll be holding. So half the distance to the goal. It'll be a replay of first down. So it'll be first down and about, we'll call it 17. Ball at the 7-yard line. As Southwick did his best to elude pressure, but that led to the holding call. Southwick back to pass, and he sails that one out of bounds. Incomplete. That was intended for Morgan. Statistically, the LA Kiss have struggled in the first half, scoring less than 20 points in the first half. They hit their average on the season in the first quarter, scoring 7. That's their lowest productive quarter. They score about 13 in the second quarter. 10:55 remaining in the second. Southwick looking over the middle. DeMarco Sampson takes his eyes off the ball, and that falls incomplete. Sampson wasn't happy about that one as he was open for about 5 yards around him. That's what happens when you take your eye off the ball. As a receiver, though, as it falls incomplete, it'll be 3rd down and long from the 7-yard line. That hurts as a wide receiver, as you learn that in Pop Warner, don't take your eyes off the ball. A drop back for Southwick. He sails it over. This time Sampson doesn't take his eyes off the ball. Complete. There is a flag on the play in the backfield. We'll see what that is called for. As of right now, it'll be a completion for a 1st down. That might be an illegal formation on the defense. We'll see. Well, it's offsides on the defense. That'll be declined. So it'll be a 1st down, big pass to DeMarco Sampson over the middle as he was wide open once again. Southwick exposing the middle of the field against the Outlaws defense. 9:57 remaining in the second quarter. The game is tied at 7. Southwick, it looks like a pass. That's to the running back, Miles Mason. That'll be a gain of about 3 to the Outlaws' 18-yard line. A 4-yard gain to be exact. Miles Mason has the lone touchdown for the Kiss in the ball game today, a 3-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. So 2nd down and 6. Ball is at the Outlaws' 18-yard line. Is a screen play to DeMarco Sampson as he is taken down after about a gain of 2. Great tackle in the backfield. That's Terrence Carter. Great shiftiness from the defensive end spot to stop that screenplay. So after a gain of 2, it is 3rd and 5. Oh, 3rd and about 4 from the 16-yard line of the Outlaws. Morgan once again motion to the right. All 3 receivers to the right. Southwick looks over the middle. Oh, to the outside. Great route by the captain, Donovan Morgan, for the 1st down. That sets up 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. The last time the LA Kiss were in scoring position, they started 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. There was a pass interference penalty that put them at the 3-yard line, which led to the touchdown run by Miles Mason in the first quarter. I don't think it'll fall exactly that way, but we'll see if LA can capitalize on 1st and goal. As he looks over the middle, that's an out route to Morgan, incomplete. 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. The score is tied at 7. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining in the half. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Southwick looking a lot to the captain, Donovan Morgan. Last week, Morgan only had 6 catches for 44 yards, a low since week 6 against this team, against the Outlaws. He has 4 catches already in the ball game. 2nd down and goal as Southwick is brought down in the backfield. Sack. That is by Mike Lewis, the defensive end for the Outlaws. As he does his celebration, might I say that his celebration stayed on the floor. Reason why I say that, last season in the NFL, if you watched, 2 defensive ends went down with torn ACLs after doing a jumping celebration routine after a sack. It looks like he took notes and stayed on the floor, preventing injury. Third down and goal from the 11-yard line. Southwick drops back to pass over the middle. That's top caught by Tyrone Gord. That is complete to about the 3-yard line. So huge decision for the LA Kiss. The Outlaws were in this position in the first quarter. They could not convert. The LA Kiss looks like they will go for the touchdown on fourth down and goal from the 3-yard line. 6:08 remaining in the first half. 3 receivers to the right. That's Morgan motioning. Southwick back to pass. He's looking. He looks over the middle. That's a catch for the touchdown. Tyrone Gord breaks free from the defensive back, and he gets the catch for the touchdown. The flag was on the field. That'll be pass interference on the defense. The LA Kiss will obviously decline that as they punch it into the end zone for the touchdown. Tyrone Gord gets the first reception catch of the ball game for the LA Kiss. The extra point is up, and it is good. So, with 5:26 remaining in the second quarter, the Los Angeles Kiss lead the Las Vegas Outlaws for Tyrone Gord. Back to kickoff for the LA Kiss is Andre Hadari. Back to receive the kick is Ray Little for the Las Vegas Outlaws. As the kickoff is back off the netting, it goes down to Little as he makes a move up the middle, and he goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. That's where the Outlaws will take over. Raderick throws that one way out of bounds. Incomplete. It looks like they were trying to set up a screen that failed. If you're just tuning in, the Outlaws are struggling a little bit without their number one go-to guy. That's Jomo Wilson, who went down with an ankle injury. In the first quarter, he was fighting for extra yards. He got pulled down from behind as his ankle twisted, and he has not entered the ball game back in. So second down and 10. Radering looking over the middle. That's a catch to Tyson Poots, their number one target so far, with Wilson being out of the ball game. LaDon Hudson is a receiver that is held in for Wilson so far, has yet to have a catch in the ball game. Third down and 3 for the Outlaws. Ball at their own 18-yard line. Radering drops back, looking over the left. He looks to throw it over the middle to the right, and that is intended for the receiver, Jason Willis, and he drops it incomplete. There is a flag in the backfield. We'll see what that flag is. As of right now, it is an incomplete pass ruled on the field. So it'll be a replay of third down as the penalties offset. Third down and 3 once again from the 18-yard line of the Las Vegas Outlaws. They will get a second chance at this third down, as it was holding on the offense, an illegal defense as the MAC linebacker was out of position. Third down, and that's a quick out route to the right, caught by Poots for the first down. That's Tyson's 6th catch of the ball game already, with Wilson, their number one target, being out. Tyson Poots has been asked to do the heavy lifting for this offense. This team struggles when it comes to throwing to their receivers. They have the least touchdown catches in the entire league. So missing their number one target puts them more in a hole. First down and 10. 22-yard line over the outside. That is incomplete. Intended for Poots once again. But that pass from Ratterink sails over the head. Looks like a miscommunication. Poots ran a deep out route. Ratterink seemed to throw a deep corner route. It would have sailed out of bounds anyway. So a couple of plays ago, I said that the MAC linebacker was out of position, which led to illegal defense. The MAC linebacker is not allowed to line up outside of the two tackles of the offense. Second down and 10. Ratterink dropping back. He throws to the outside. Once again, that is incomplete. Pass intended for Tyson Poots, number 19. So that'll lead to a third down and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line of the LA Kiss. The Los Angeles Kiss have held this team so far to 7 points as the score is 14-7 in favor of the Kiss. A minute and 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Ratterink drops back to pass, looking over the middle. That's a great out route. That's Poots once again fighting for yardage down at the 2-yard line. As it looks like we will hit the 1-minute warning. 14-7 in favor of the Kiss. 1 minute remaining in the first half. The Outlaws will take over at first down and goal. You're watching us live on ESPN. Welcome back to the Honda Center. The LA Kiss are leading this ball game 14-7 in the Arena Football League. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Ratterink driving down, runs to about the 1-yard line where he is stuffed. Big hit by the LA Kiss defense, and he's down. So that'll be second and goal from the 2-yard line. 47 seconds remaining in the first half. We'll take a timeout. The LA Kiss are leading 14-7. You're watching us live on ESPN. We're here at the Honda Center. Second down and goal. And it looks like Ratterink into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Quarterback sneak up the middle. A quick snap leads to the score for the Las Vegas Outlaws. Ratterink not known for his running this season, but this time he punches it up the middle for the touchdown. 44 seconds remaining in the first half. The LA Kiss lead by 1 so far, but the Outlaws line up for the extra point. That is up, and it's good. 44 seconds remaining in the first half. The game is all knotted up at 14 apiece. You're watching us live on ESPN. We're back here at the Honda Center. 44 seconds remaining in the first half. The score's all knotted up at 14 between the LA Kiss and the Las Vegas Outlaws. Huge playoff implications as the Kiss sit 2 games behind of the final spot in the playoffs with about 3 weeks to go after this. DeMarco Sampson back to recover that kick as he is brought down hard at the 9-yard line. So the LA Kiss will take over at the 9-yard line. Southwick looking to lead them down the field. He has 1 passing touchdown to his name in this ball game. That was to Tyrone Gord earlier in this quarter. The LA Kiss has done their job. They usually give up about 28 points in the first half. They've only given up 14. The LA Kiss need to punch it in to give themselves a lead going into halftime. We have 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Danny Southwick drops back, looking over the middle. He scrambles, plenty of room as he takes off up the middle, slides for the first down. He will be ruled down at the 24-yard line. First down, LA Kiss. 25 seconds remaining, and LA will call a timeout. The score is all knotted up at 14. Once again, with 25 seconds remaining in the first half, you're watching us live on ESPN. Welcome back to the Honda Center. 25 seconds remaining until halftime. The LA Kiss and the Las Vegas Outlaws are tied. Danny Southwick, first down and 10. That's a quick pass to the outside. That's DeMarco Sampson, pushed out of bounds. So the clock stops as he was run out of bounds. Different rules for the AFL. You need to progressively move forward in order to stop or start the clock, whether you're on offense or defense. So it'll be second down and about 3. 20 yards away from the end zone for the LA Kiss. 20 seconds remaining in the first half. 3 receivers to the left. They'll look to be going to Captain Donovan Morgan, number 1, as he goes to the outside. Southwick over the middle. DeMarco Sampson wide open over the middle. That's a touchdown, LA Kiss. DeMarco Sampson breaks open over the middle, and he runs in through 3 defenders for the touchdown. DeMarco Sampson, huge last week as he had a touchdown pass in the first half, and he gets another one in this game. We have 12 seconds remaining in the first half. The LA Kiss lining up for the extra point. As they line up, the extra point is up and good. 12 seconds remaining in the first half. The LA Kiss take the lead, 21-14 over the Las Vegas Outlaws. You're watching us live on ESPN. Welcome back this evening to the Honda Center. 12 seconds remaining in the first half. The LA Kiss just took the lead 21-14 on a pass over the middle to DeMarco Sampson. Andre Hadari with the kickoff. That goes through the netting, and that's a touchback. So the Las Vegas Outlaws will take over at the 3-yard line. 12 seconds remaining in the first half. They have all 3 of their timeouts, so you'd probably look for them to be making a lot of quick plays before they go for the end zone. The last time these two teams met, as I said, in Las Vegas, it was heavily favored for Las Vegas as they won that game 49-16. This game looking a lot different as the LA Kiss are up 21-14, 12 seconds remaining in the first half. Raderink back to pass. He's looking over the middle. He's swallowed up. That is a safety. That is by the nose guard, Darrow Cato Bishop. There are 2 flags on the play. That'll probably be against the defense, as it didn't look like the MAC linebacker was lined up correctly inside the tackle box. We'll see from the refs. So that is huge for the LA Kiss. That is holding on the offense. So the safety will stand. 2 points for Los Angeles. So it is now 23-14. 5 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Outlaws will kick off. The question is, will they try to do an onside kick, or will they just kick off to the Los Angeles Kiss? We'll find out in a few moments. I was mentioning earlier that the last time the Outlaws won the game 49-16 in Las Vegas, this was a much different Los Angeles Kiss team led by Matt Baziner, who's out this season on IR with a broken hand. And Joe Clancy was the backup who came into that game later. The LA Kiss scored all 16 of those points in the first half. The LA Kiss overachieving, already averaging about 20 points in the first half. They have 23. The Outlaws averaging about 28, only have 14, and they look to kick off before this half is over. 5 seconds remaining in the first half. The kickoff looks like it'll be off the netting. That's DeMarco Sampson, takes a weird bounce. He will look to stay in the end zone to take a touchback. He looks to run out the clock, as the clock never actually started. So 5 seconds remaining. The LA Kiss will be at the 3-yard line, looking to make a deep play. Most of the deep plays will touchdown passes. One to DeMarco Sampson and the other one to Tyrone Gore. Leading receiver for the LA Kiss is Donovan Morgan, the captain. He has 4 catches for 41 yards, 3 yards shy of already his total from last week. For the Las Vegas Outlaws, J.J. Raderink, 9 for 17, 90 yards. 1 touchdown pass to his name. The other one was a rush. Jomo Wilson is the big story. Will he come back in this second half? He went down with an ankle injury in the first quarter, and that's really slowed down the Outlaws offense. They average 46 points a game. They'll need to really amp it up this second half as they only have 14. So we start off the third quarter. The LA Kiss will be receiving. DeMarco Sampson back to receive. He started receiving last week, and he was a spark plug for the LA Kiss. The LA Kiss being ready for what could possibly be an onside kick. Back to kick Ernesto Lacayo. That goes off the netting, and it will be a touchback. So they will take over at the 3-yard line. 14:54 remaining in the third quarter. Your LA Kiss lead 23-14. I'm sorry, the ball will be at the 5-yard line, not the 3. As when it goes out of bounds, it lands at the 5. I was getting it confused. When you don't run out of the end zone, that's when you put it at the 3-yard line. Danny Southwick will look to lead the offense, as he has done a brilliant job this year. Coming into the game, 102.5 QBR. That is best for 5th in the league. A wide open Tyrone Gore on the outside. That slips through his hands. Incomplete. What a spark that would have been to start the second half. Gord broke wide open on the outside. He would have ran that in for the touchdown if he caught that, but through his hands, incomplete. May I say something here? The pinky rule comes into effect. I play wide receiver in high school and college. College at the University of Laverne, the number one rule is if you're catching it over your shoulders, you need to link pinkies. He did not, as it went right through his hands. Second down and 10. That is caught at the 9-yard line, complete to Tyrone Gord. Good for 5 yards to the 10-yard line. I'm Chris Carlin bringing you all the action here at the Honda Center between the AFL. The LA Kiss are playing the Las Vegas Outlaws. The Las Vegas Outlaws are the third seed in the playoff seedings for the National Conference. The LA Kiss are sitting 2 games behind them, and they are sitting outside of the playoffs. So Tyrone Gord, a quick pass on the outside once again. He battles to the 15-yard line, and they'll call that a first down. Tyrone Gord is good for the first down, new set of downs. 15-yard line, first down and 10. For the LA Kiss, 12:56 remaining in the third quarter. Score is 23-14 in favor of Los Angeles. Southwick drops back. Huge hit by the linebacker, Wesley Mala. In the Arena Football League, you are not allowed to stunt. And that sure looked like a stunt on the defensive side. So it'll probably be a legal defense, which will result in a 5-yard penalty. Oh, so it'll be a 10-yard penalty as it's holding on the defense. I was wrong. It was an okay play by the defense movement-wise, but the nose guard held the center, which allowed the MAC linebacker to come free. So first down and 10 at midfield for the Los Angeles Kiss. Morgan in motion. Southwick in a lot of trouble. He releases it, and that is drops incomplete. Southwick under a lot of pressure, but a lot of strength to get through. The question is, will they call intentional grounding? That is the debate for the rest, and it looks like that's what they're going to call as the flag is on the field. So that'll be a loss of 5 as he was tackled at the 20-yard line before he released the ball. Second down, as when you intentionally ground the ball, you lose the previous down. So it'll be second down and 15, ball at the Los Angeles Kiss 20-yard line. I mentioned earlier Southwick had a very productive first half. It was 11 for 16, over 100 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. He also had 15 yards rush or 9 yards rushing. Southwick dropping back. A lot of field ahead of him. That's a catch by DeMarco Sampson for the first down. The DBs were confused in the backfield. Sampson was wide open, and that leads to a Kiss first down. So it'll be first down and 10 at the Outlaws 14-yard line. Great illusion in the backfield by Danny Southwick to start off this second half. 10:58 remaining in the third quarter. Southwick motions Sampson to the right as he's looking over the middle. Once again, he is looking, but this time he cannot get away. That is a defensive end, Terrence Carter, with the sack on the blind side. That's Terrence Carter's second sack of the ball game. He is a force to be reckoned with on the outside. He leads the team in sacks. That, with these 2 sacks today, that ups his total to 9 for the team. So second down and pretty long Ball at the 23-yard line. Southwick drops back over the middle. That is Morgan almost pulling down the one-handed catch, but it falls incomplete. Now, if you're looking at that pass, you might think that that's a little uncharacteristic for a receiver, but not for somebody like the captain, Donovan Morgan. He pulls off these catches as he were to pull off a two-handed catch, really. He has amazing hands, which is why he leads the league, or he is second in the league in receiving yards and second in receiving touchdowns. So Morgan in motion, third down and long for the kiss. And it'll be a penalty, and it'll be illegal formation on the offense. Or false start on the offense, I'm sorry. So that penalty will make it even longer for the kiss. As I will try to do the math for you. That is 10, 20, about 24 yards. So third down and 24. Ball will be at the LA Kisses 23-yard line. Morgan in motion on the right. Southwick, a pass to Gord, and that is incomplete as it hit the floor first. So Southwick, to start off this second half, has been under a lot of pressure from the Outlaws. So it'll be fourth down and very long. Ball is at the 23-yard line of the LA Kiss. About 4th and 24-ish. 4th and 23, 4th and 24. As it is a long way for the first down, but they will go for it. Southwick drops back. It is a long heave over the sideline. It is intercepted by Eddie Moten, and he takes it back to the 9-yard line, to the 15-yard line, 15-yard line. As Danny Southwick throws his first interception of the ball game. That is his 6th one of the season. So with 8:20 remaining in the third quarter, the LA Rilla, who has not played a game, this will be his first game action for the Las Vegas Outlaws. First down and 10 from the 15. He drops back, and that is a deep pass over the middle. They have a receiver wide open. Oh, and it is closed in, incomplete, but there is a flag on the play. That might be pass interference against Rashawn Kaiser. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty and a first down. That might be a blessing in disguise as Jason Willis looked to break free, and it looked like he might have had a touchdown. So Dennis Havrilla, no fear. His first pass, he goes deep down the field. It falls incomplete, but there is a penalty, so first down and 10 at midfield. Dennis drops back to pass, looking over the middle again, and that is knocked incomplete. This time, Kaiser does not get called for the penalty. A great play. Rashawn Kaiser last week earned our Riddle Defensive Player of the Week last week, as he had great plays, 4 pass breakups in one game. Huge. That led to at least 2 of the 4 stops last week at the goal line for the LA Kiss, which led to a win. So second down and 10. Havrilla drops back to pass, looking deep over the middle once again. That sails over the receiver, incomplete. Intended for Tyson Poots. That's number 18, LaDon Hudson. Hudson could not catch up to that ball, and that's incomplete from Havrilla. Havrilla really just letting them loose to start off this second half. One key to the ball game we do not see. Jomo Wilson out there He went down in the first quarter with an ankle injury. He is the #1 target for this team. It's 3rd down and 10. Havrilla looking back to pass as an out route. But there is a flag on the play. That pass was incomplete to Jason Willis. We'll see what the flag is. I'm not sure. The refs are convening about it. So that'll be holding on Josh Victorian. So that'll be a 10-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. So the LA Kiss defense hurting themselves with penalties. So 20 yards of penalties so far to start off this 3rd quarter for the LA Kiss defense. They had a hard time last week. They gave up 28 second half points. 5:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score is 23-14 in favor of the LA Kiss. So a quick screen pass over to the outside, and that is dropped by LaDon Hudson. He's having a hard time coming in to replace the #1 target in Jomo Wilson. He has not found a catch yet. So 2nd down and 10 for the Outlaws at the LA Kiss 15-yard line. Havrilla has yet to complete a pass this 2nd half. So you have all 3 receivers lined up to the right. You have Tyson Poots back. He runs an out route. That is completed on the 7-yard out route to Tyson Poots. Kaiser with that stop. And Havrilla has his first completion. Maybe he has those jitters out now. We'll see if he settles down the rest of this half. 4:28 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The Kiss are ahead of the Outlaws, 23-14. Havrilla motions Poots once again. He runs to the right. He dives in the end zone, and that'll be called a touchdown for the Las Vegas Outlaws. Big run to the right by Havrilla, and that might have been their secret weapon as he runs to the end zone, an 8-yard rush by the quarterback. That brings them within 3. They'll line up for the extra point. And the LA Kiss give up their first score of the 2nd half. So there you go. The extra point is up. It is good. 3:26 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The score, Los Angeles 23, Las Vegas 21. Your Outlaws decided to make a quarterback change, and it's paid off so far. Outlaws, Ernesto Lacayo kicks off. Sampson gets it in the backfield, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2, breaks 3, makes a move on 4, and that's 5. And he has a lot of room up the sideline. He's going to the 10, the 5, touchdown, DeMarco Sampson, touchdown LA Kiss. If you're old enough to remember, DeMarco Sampson pulled off his inner Dante Hall as he made several moves in the backfield, broke a lot of ankles, and went down the sideline, broke 1 more for the end zone. That's a touchdown. DeMarco Sampson, I said earlier that he is a spark plug ever since they inserted him last week. As we have an injury down on the field, so we'll take a break. 2:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The LA Kiss are leading 29-21. You're watching live on ESPN. sideline. Looks like it might have been a concussion. Not very sure. I'll let you know as soon as I know. So the LA Kiss line up for the extra point. That's up, and that's good. So with 1:55 remaining in the third quarter, the LA Kiss lead the ball game 30-21 over the Las Vegas Outlaws. You're watching us live on ESPN. To receive, it looks like the DB Tanner Varner, and that bounces off, and that's a live ball, and it looks like it's recovered by the LA Kiss. We'll see. The officials will look at it. It is battled for, and it is recovered by Los Angeles. Huge recovery as the momentum could swing. As I said earlier, Los Angeles is fighting for their playoff lives. They are 2 games out of the final spot of the playoffs. We'll see the rest what they're talking about. Was it recovered by the LA Kiss? We'll find out. A lot of jawing going down on the field as they're walking away from each other, and rightfully so. You don't want any dumb penalties. So it is offsides on the kicking team, but different from the outdoor NFL game. It stays in Los Angeles' hands. Or does it not? We will see. They said Los Angeles ball. By rule, even though they recovered, it'll be Las Vegas ball. So Las Vegas, Los Angeles sounds a little similar. So by rule, Las Vegas gets the ball at the 13-yard line. First down and 10. It is a handoff up the middle. That's to the fullback, Joe Mortensen, as he got about 7 yards as he goes down to the 19-yard line, make it officially 6. That is a first action for the fullback, Joe Mortensen. So second down and about 6 from the 19-yard line. Havrilla drops back to pass, and he will run to the left, and he is taken down, which looks like about a yard short of the first down. Maybe they give him the first down, and they do. So forward progress, first down for the quarterback. And a different approach to the second half for the Outlaws as they keep it on the ground. Havrilla, his first action for the Las Vegas Outlaws. He has shown to be a running quarterback. So first down and 10, 23-yard line. He drops back. He looks to the out route. That is caught by Tyson Poots. Second down and about 6 now. And that is the end of the coming into the ball game. Havrilla's been a spark for the Outlaws. That is second down and short. He's looking over the middle. And it is over the outside. And that ball is caught. Complete. Touchdown, Las Vegas. What a catch on the outside. That's to Tyson Poots, and he has not been a stranger to the ball today. The number 1 target for Las Vegas, as Wilson went out earlier in the ball game with an ankle injury. What a catch by him. It was tossed to the back of the end zone. He had first initially caught it. It was knocked out of his hands by Kaiser, and it happened to bounce back into his hands for the touchdown. The extra point is up for the Outlaws, and it is no good. No good. So with 14-10 remaining in the fourth and final quarter, the Los Angeles Kiss lead it 30-27. You're watching live on ESPN. That was tipped into the hands of number 19, Tyson Poots, but they missed the extra point, so they find themselves down by 3. DeMarco Sampson has the ball. He makes a couple of moves to the outside, and he is down at the 13-yard line. There are a lot of flags thrown as there was some extra action after the tackle. We'll see who it was called on. It looks like it'll be against Las Vegas. We will see. DeMarco Sampson, the return before. It will be against the Outlaws, a 10-yard penalty and a first down for the LA Kiss. As I was saying, before that return, DeMarco Sampson had a huge touchdown return on the kickoff. This time, he netted about 13 yards, but with the penalty, they will be near midfield, first down and 10. Danny Southwick has the handoff up the middle. That's to Miles Mason. And he gets about a gain of 1 or 2 to midfield. Miles Mason's a big guy. I said earlier that he's 280 because he looks 280. He's listed at 300. Either way, that is a big man to take down. I personally wouldn't want to tackle him. No, thank you. That's a big, huge, refrigerator-looking man moving down the middle. So second down and long. Southwick drops back to pass. He looks over the middle, and that's Morgan, but he bobbles it incomplete. That is something you don't see every game. Donovan Morgan dropping a pass. He has some of the best hands in the league. He just took his concentration off that one, bobbled it, and it fell incomplete. So it'll be third down and about 9, midfield for the Los Angeles Kiss. 12:30 remaining in the ball game. Southwick drops back to pass, looks over the middle. This time Morgan does not drop the ball. He catches it for the first down, but not before a hit was delivered by DeMarcus Robinson. Morgan pays for that catch, but he doesn't mind. He gets right back up. First down, Los Angeles. It is first down and goal at the 9-yard line. Southwick motions Sampson to the left. He looking to the left. He scrambles to the right, throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Whoa, a lot of stuff going on after the play. That looks like it might be called against Los Angeles as they were called after. That's when the flag was thrown in, when offensive lineman Anthony Parker threw the last blow. Usually, it's always the last man to strike that gets the penalty. We will see from the ref. And although we saw the last hit by Anthony Parker, the penalty is called on the defense. That is against Tanner Varner. So it will go half the distance to the goal to about the 4.5-yard line. Automatic first down. 11:37 remaining in the ball game. Southwick motions Morgan over to the left side. Southwick drops back to pass. He scrambles up the middle. Oh, it is met. Holy moly. He was first hit by the MAC linebacker, Wesley Mola. And he was taken down for the sack, a loss of about 5. Southwick had nowhere to go. Great coverage by the DBs of Las Vegas. And Southwick looks to be adjusting his shoe. So it is an official's timeout. 10:57 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. The LA Kiss are up 30-27. You're watching us live on ESPN. Welcome back to fourth quarter action here at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. The Los Angeles Kiss are leading 30-27, 10:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. It is second down and goal at the 9-yard line. Southwick drops back. He scrambles up the middle, passes, and that is incomplete. The interception was dropped by Ray Little. What a huge play that would have been for the Las Vegas Outlaws, but instead it drops incomplete. There's huge playoff implications going into this game. The LA Kiss currently 2 games behind the final playoff spot. With the win, they will move within 1 game. With the loss, they will stay through 2 games behind. Las Vegas currently in the 3rd seed. If they lose, they will drop down to the 4th seed. If they win, they stay 1 game ahead in the 3rd seed. Third down, Southwick drops back to pass. That is incomplete. Out of bounds, intended for Donovan Morgan. When you're looking for a target, no matter what team you are, you want to look for the man, the number 1, Donovan Morgan, the captain. Second in the lead in receiving yards. Second in the league in receiving touchdowns with 35. It is 4th down and goal. Southwick drops back to pass, but there are flags on the play. It'll probably be false start on the offense, so make it even harder. So it is offsides on the offense. The motion man a little too eager. That's a 10-yard penalty. So LA facing a 4th down. They are 2 of 4 in the ball game. 50%. It is a long way towards the end zone. They need to get into the end zone in order to convert. 4th down and 10, 20 yards. 4th down and 20, I'm sorry. And that pass is caught over the middle. He battles, but he is stopped at the 3-yard line. The catch by Tom Gilson. Goes down to the 3, but it is turnover on downs. As we have a man down in the backfield, that's the fullback, Miles Mason. So we'll take a timeout. 8:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Los Angeles Kiss lead 30-27 over Las Vegas. You're watching live on ESPN. Welcome back to the Honda Center. Fourth quarter action, 8:44 remaining. In the fourth quarter, the Los Angeles Kiss just turned it over on downs, but they still find themselves ahead 30-27 over the Las Vegas Outlaws. Before we went to break, the fullback Miles Mason was down. He seemed to get up on his own, stopping his ankle, so he seemed to be okay. We'll see on the next drive if he returns. So Las Vegas looking to take the lead. Like I said, 8:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. Las Vegas looking to stay in the third seed of the National Conference at 5-9. If they win, they will move to 6 wins and 9 losses, 1 game ahead. If they lose tonight to the LA Kiss, they will fall down to the 4th seed at 5-10 with the tiebreaker going to the Spokane Shock. Not only that, but the Los Angeles Kiss would move to within 1 game of that 4th spot at 4-11. A lot of ifs. Still a lot of time remaining with 8:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Outlaws, with their chance to take the lead, have Rilla leading the offense for the Outlaws. First down and 10 from the 3. He looks down the middle, and he might be sacked, but he escapes and throws the ball away, incomplete. And that was lucky for him that he got outside the pocket. Great strength showed by the quarterback. As we watch the replay, he got out of the tackle box and threw it beyond the line of scrimmage. A legal play, so it is 2nd down and 10 from the 3-yard line. The LA Kiss on defense, and that ball is thrown over the middle, caught, complete to Jason Willis to the 11-yard line, 2 yards short of the first down. So it'll be 3rd down and 2. Ball at the 11-yard line. Have Rilla, quarterback, drops back to pass, looking to his left, over the middle, and that ball was tipped. So Rashawn Kaiser, the flag was thrown for, it seems like defensive pass interference, but if the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, it would be called back and the flag would be picked up. We'll see what the ref's calling. So the flag is picked up. As I said, since the ball was tipped, once the ball is tipped, it is a free ball. Anybody can scrimmage for it. So it falls incomplete. 4th down for the Las Vegas Outlaws. They were 1 of 2 going into the fourth quarter. We will see if they can convert this time. The motion man, Jason Willis, over the middle. It is a quick pass as he broke to the outside, and that is intercepted! Intercepted! That is Rashawn Kaiser! What a play! What a turn of events! Let me walk you through this as Rashawn Kaiser is called with the pick. That was what looks like an out route by Jason Willis. He catches it, slides into the wall. He slid into the wall. Rashawn Kaiser, instead of taking him down, ripped the ball out of his hands. So that is ruled an interception. We'll see if there is a challenge flag that will be thrown. The refs come over to the sideline. Wow. Every time I call a game, I feel like I see something new. This is definitely new for me. Will he be ruled down if he was tackled? It didn't look like there was contact on the outside to shove him out of bounds. There was no contact. That means they could be ripped out of his hands for an interception. It was intercepted. Wow. With 6:36 remaining in the fourth quarter, the LA Kiss are leading 30-27. I'm Chris Carlin, bringing you this game live on ESPN from the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. We'll be back as the play is under review. You're watching live on ESPN. Welcome back live here to the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, home of the Los Angeles Kiss. We have 6:36 remaining in the ball game, and a huge play is on the field right now. It was ruled an interception. Rashawn Kaiser came up with the pick, and it is being challenged on the field. Watching the replay, what looks like what happened is number 10, Jason Willis, looked to catch the ball. He bobbled it in the air as he was going out of bounds against the wall, and Kaiser looked to just snatch it while he was bobbling it. So the call stands. Rashawn Kaiser with the huge interception. Let me walk you through it. The wide receiver catches the ball, bobbles it, and it rested on his shoulder. And the ball touched the wall, but if you're familiar with the AFL, you know that if the ball touches the wall, it's still live. It has to touch out of bounds or the ground in order for it to be incomplete. So while it rested on the shoulder of the wide receiver, Rashawn Kaiser snatched it out of his hands, leading to an interception. Now the LA Kiss take over. First down and 10 at the 18-yard line of the Outlaws. It is a quick pass to Morgan. He catches the ball. He breaks two tackles for the end zone. Touchdown, LA Kiss. That's to the captain, Donovan Morgan. The LA Kiss find themselves up now 2 scores. So Morgan, his 36th touchdown of the season. What a pass by him that is caught. He breaks 2 tackles for the end zone. And what do you expect? This man is the second receiving leader in the league. He's got the second most touchdowns in the league. You didn't think that he'd be held out of the end zone for the whole game. So the LA Kiss line up for the extra point. It is up and it is good. 5:25 remaining in the ball game. The Kiss are up 37-27. You're watching live on ESPN. Welcome back to the Honda Center here in Anaheim, California. Huge AFL action here. The LA Kiss are the host team, and they lead the Las Vegas Outlaws 37-27. 5:24 remaining in the ball game. You want to know how big this game is? Los Angeles wins. They move within a game of the playoffs, something they couldn't have imagined about 5 weeks ago when they were winless at 0-9. The Las Vegas Outlaws, if they win, down by 10 right now, but if they can pull off the win, they can gain a game advantage in the 3rd seed spot of the playoffs for the National Conference. If they lose tonight, they fall down to the 4th seed, and they would only be a game ahead of the Los Angeles Kiss for that 4th and final spot. Back to kickoff for the Los Angeles Kiss, Andre Hadari. Back to receive is the always fast and shifty Ray Little. Don't underestimate Ray Little. He has 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns against the LA Kiss this season already, 1 in each of their previous 2 matchups. So here we go. That looks like it'll be off the netting. Caught by Ray Little. He goes up the middle and he is tackled, but not before he gets to the 10-yard line. Tyrone Gord with the tackle. So 5:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. I was mentioning earlier how important this game is. Although the LA Kiss could move within a game of the Outlaws, they need to out-record the team in fourth. So at the time, it might be the Las Vegas Outlaws. They'd be tied with the Spokane Shock. But since the tiebreakers, the LA Kiss have no tiebreakers against any team going into the playoffs. The LA Kiss would need to pretty much win out, and the upcoming schedule for them is not easy. Next week, they will travel to Arizona to take on the defending champions in the Arizona Rattlers. Tampa Bay will be following after that. They have a 6-8 record right now, and they're in the American Conference, and they will end off with the best team in the conference, which is the San Jose SaberCats. The San Jose SaberCats, as of right now, are leading 35-34 over Portland. And if you don't think that's important, Portland is one game ahead of the LA Kiss. If the LA Kiss can win this ball game, they would be tied with Portland for the 5th spot, which would be one game out of a playoff spot. Portland is looking to fall off at LA. If they can win tonight, they would win 4 of their past 6 games. They haven't played against scrubs. Their only 2 previous losses in the past 6 weeks have been to the defending champion Arizona Rattlers and to the number 1 team in the American Conference, the Philadelphia Soul. The LA Kiss are battling right now in this game. They find themselves up by 10, 37-27, 5:13 remaining in the ball game. The Las Vegas Outlaws looking to battle back as they want this win just as bad as if they win, they get a game advantage in that 3rd spot for the playoffs. If they lose, they fall back to the 4th seed. So the time starts winding. 5:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 at the 10-yard line. That pass is over the middle to the fullback. Whoa, he contacts hard with the floor. Although he fumbled, it will be called down by contact. Whoa. You don't see many of those tackles. If you don't know the floor for an AFL Arena Football League floor, this floor is AstroTurf. So there's about a very thin layer of padding over concrete. So he went shoulder and head first into the ground. That was the fullback, Joe Mortensen. So it'll be first down and 10 at the 24-yard line. Havrilla throws over the middle. That's a wide open receiver in LaDon Hudson, but it falls incomplete. And you saw Hudson a little jumpy. That's because he doesn't have a catch in his ball game yet. He's been struggling. Tyson Poots has been leading this team with double-digit catches. Holy moly. The time is winding down. 3:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Los Angeles Kiss are leading the Las Vegas Outlaws 37-27. Las Vegas looking to change their fortunes. They're driving 24 yards away from the end zone. Second down and 10. Havrilla over the middle. That is incomplete. Flags on the play. We'll see what the one is at the line of scrimmage. Another one in the backfield. The backfield will probably be illegal contact, but it looks like it was tipped. So that will probably be declined. But at the line, it looks like it might have been offsides on the defense. If that's true, it'll be a 5-yard penalty against LA. We'll find out right now from the ref. So it's an automatic first down. A 5-yard penalty will move it to the 19 of the LA Kiss. Las Vegas 19 yards away from a touchdown. Huge right now as we're coming towards the end of the ball game. 3:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Outlaws are down by 10 and they're driving, trying to close the gap. Just to mention, the last ball game, the LA Kiss had 4 end zone goal line stands against the Spokane Shock. There's a lot of confusion going on. Here we go. First down and 10, 19-yard line. Havrilla drops back, looking over the middle, and a double move by Hudson, but it is overthrown, incomplete. Hudson still looking for his first catch of the ball game. Really hard for him. He's been struggling all game, and that one he seemed to get open. Just Havrilla couldn't find him in the end zone. So the time is running. If you don't know arena football, it is a running clock until about the 1-minute warning. So we have 2:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Outlaws down by 10, 37-27 against the LA Kiss. Second down, Havrilla drops back to pass. There are flags on the field. It looks like it'll be false start on the offense. We'll see from the referee. It is a false start. That's on number 60, the tight end, Terrence Campbell. So it'll be second down and 15 from the 24-yard line. Havrilla will lead his troops. 2:25 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. The LA Kiss lead it 37-27. Havrilla for the Outlaws draws back, looks to the left, and that is a deep out route and caught by the favored receiver, Tyson Poots. So it is about a 10-yard gain to the 14-yard line. It'll be third down and 4. The Outlaws have the time going against them. 1:50 remaining in the fourth quarter. They're down by 2 scores. Havrilla motions the man to the right. He drops back, looks over the middle. That is a lob to the outside, incomplete, intended for Jason Willis. Havrilla hasn't really found his touch in this second half, although he has 2 touchdowns to his name, 1 rushing and 1 passing. He hasn't really gotten it going with his receivers. He's constantly overthrown them. 1:09 remaining. It is a 4th down and 4. Havrilla looking over the middle. He scrambles. He lobs it up to the back of the end zone. Poots trips. Incomplete. Huge stop for the LA Kiss as we hit the 1-minute warning. 57 seconds officially remaining in the ball game. The LA Kiss lead it 37-27. You're watching live on ESPN. Welcome back to the Honda Center. The fourth quarter is almost about to wrap up. 57 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Kiss are leading by 10 over the Outlaws, 37-27. Now we're entering the 1-minute warning rules. According to the rules, the LA Kiss must get positive yards in order to keep the clock running. If they don't, the clock stops for the Outlaws. The Outlaws have 2 timeouts remaining. The LA Kiss have 3. Los Angeles looking to get their 4th win of the season and their 4th win in 6 games in this second half of the season. The Outlaws looking to pull off the miracle here as it is 1st down and 10 for the Kiss. Ball at the 14-yard line. We're looking down, and Miles Mason is okay at fullback. He will be key in trying to get positive yardage if the LA Kiss look to run the football. Looking down, if the score holds up, we have the players of the game. The offensive player of the game was voted LA Kiss's DeMarco Sampson. He had 1 touchdown receiving, and he also had that huge return to the end zone on the kickoff return. So 1st down and 10, it is a handoff to the outside. That is Miles Mason, who gets to the 15-yard line, a gain of about 1, and the Outlaws call timeout. So going back to the players of the game, the Rydell defensive player of the game, they said it's LA Kiss's Darrell Cato Bishop, who had a sack early in the ball game and is responsible for a lot of disruption up the middle. If I could give a little player, maybe the 2nd defensive player of the game, that would be Rashawn Kaiser, who had that huge interception when the Kiss were only up by 3 to shift the momentum. That was a 7-point swing that puts us at the score right now, 37-27, 51 seconds remaining. The small playmaker of the game, Danny Southwick, who has 2 touchdowns passing. Handoff up the middle for the LA Kiss. That's to Miles Mason, and he has a gain of 1. That gets the clock running, but the Outlaws will call their last timeout. 45 seconds remaining. The LA Kiss find themselves up 37-27. The Cutters' catch of the game goes to Las Vegas's Tyson Poots in this 4th quarter. I mentioned it to begin the 4th quarter. He had a catch in the back of the end zone where it was tipped by Rashawn Kaiser, and it fell in his hands for the touchdown. And the highlight of this game, we go back to the playmaker, DeMarco Sampson, the offensive player of the game, with that huge 53-yard kickoff return where he broke about maybe 6 or 7 ankles in that backfield before he ran down the sideline for a touchdown. 3rd down and 8, a handoff up the middle, and Miles Mason did not get a yard. So huge for the Outlaws as that automatically stops the clock. So instead of him getting a yard and the clock running, it stops. 40 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. The LA Kiss are still leading 37-27. It'll be interesting what the LA Kiss decide to do. If they decide to go for a deep pass or maybe a 10 to 15-yard route to get a 1st down, keep the game going, and that would essentially ice it. So as I said, 40 seconds remaining. LA Kiss up by 10, 37-27. 4th down and 9. Southwick drops back to pass. That is over the middle to Morgan, and he catches it. That will be a 1st down, and that will essentially ice the game as the clock runs. There is not enough time on the play clock, and that'll essentially end the game. We have 20 seconds and counting. The LA Kiss will win it 37-27 over the Outlaws. The Kiss improve to 4-11. They are within 1 game of the playoffs, something you wouldn't have heard 6 weeks ago. Now, 4-11, 1 game within the 4th and final spot of the playoffs. That's held by the Outlaws, who fall to 5-10. They hold the 4th and final spot, and they hold a 1-game lead in the playoffs. Huge win for the LA Kiss as the clock goes to zeros. The final score here, Los Angeles 37, Las Vegas 27. A great game. You watched us live on ESPN. I'm Chris Carlin. Good night from Southern California.